With our analysts, Brent Barry and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson, along with reporter Allie LaForce.
And I think coming back home is exactly what this team needed. They got roughed up on the road. It was a big wake-up call. I'm curious to see how they respond.
Embiid. A good-looking shot from the wing. All right, Grant, coming down to the final few games now. This playoff push sure will be interesting.
Oh, no doubt. And I'm looking forward to it, B.A. The teams trying to make the playoffs will be going all out. And that kind of intensity in these games will be fun to watch.
Well, it's rare to see a young player as efficient as Jalen Williams, Brent.
B.A., it's been remarkable, especially when you factor in that this guy is relied on for a lot of shooting. I mean, his shooting volume is very high. This is a blossoming star for this team, and I'm not sure we can put a ceiling on what that potential is.
And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Pass to Hartenstein. Holmgren with it. Dort, right side. Can't hit the step back Jay. And here are the 76ers. This game coming after a loss versus the Bulls.
Yeah, I think they'd like to forget that game. You usually want to find some teaching moments, but in this case, it might be best to just destroy the tape.
Yeah, and quick, like as quick as possible. That was a dismal showing, especially for them at the offensive end.
Outside, Williams. From deep three-point range. Rebound by Philadelphia. Their first chance this season playing the Thunder.
We see these teams face off only twice a year. Last year, each won one.
Well, if I had a calendar, I would have circled this one. But I love it when they get together. Last year, they split the two games between them. And I'll bet their battles are just as tightly contested this year.
At least the over-the-back call comes from playing hard. But you'd like to see him get better position.
Yeah, he'd like to have that one back. I think there was an angle to get to that ball, but a bit reckless on that play.
Embiid inside. The shake. And he lays it in.
Yeah, getting aggressive in the paint. Look at Joel putting his size to work.
The three is up. And Holmgren good for three.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And the foul called on Chet Holmgren. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Pass to Maxey. Up top, George. 6 to shoot. Back to Maxey. Fires the three. And so it's Holmgren with it. He brings it up for the Thunder. Trailing by 2. They come into this one following the loss to Minnesota.
They failed to create enough good looks. The ball movement just wasn't quite where it needed to be.
Yeah, lots of ups and downs. One good possession, 2 bad ones, 1 good one. They could never get on a steady run and play some solid offense.
And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kick ability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention. He can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
When you talk about a classic 3-and-D guy, Paul George is one of the first to come to mind, Brent.
I agree, B.A. I think he's been a little bit underappreciated. But this guy, both ends of the floor, with the ability to score and defend, is elite.
Grant, how about the rise of OKC? In just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed.
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
Now here's Caruso. He's been productive, averaging just over 7 points a game. And Joel Embiid pulls it down.
Maybe mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
And the layup is good off the glass. Embiid's got 6. Here's Caruso. The shot no good. Embiid with the nice defensive effort. George with it. Caruso covers. Wiggins with a steal. And a fast break now for the Thunder. Oh, now that's how you finish a break. Throw it down with force.
That was execution to perfection. Textbook transition offense.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
It's his first trip to the line. That free throw no good. That one misses.
You can see how much Quentin Grimes relies on that speed and skill he has. He's trying to stay ahead of you and find some room to score.
Caruso outside. Driving to the basket. That one falls. His second make in 5 attempts.
Well, he's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call to the defense.
Timeout call for the 76ers. And Philadelphia making a change here.
For your Philadelphia 76ers.
32 seconds left in the first quarter here. Right side Oubre. Lets it go from deep. Back to Butler. Inside. Oh,
Over the
are
top.
you kidding me? Wow. Amazing.
And Drummond not wasting an opportunity to throw down another.
Great job on the back end of the play.
Yep, finished with both hands, making sure of it.
Bad foul. That's not who you want to send to the line.
Philadelphia shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Outside Joe. Here's the 3. And so, lots of scoring in a competitive first quarter. Thunder out in front. Up.
14. The Thunder 17.
And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And for the Thunder guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
They're getting a big contribution from the bench already.
Yeah, looking for a spark here, and the coach tapped the right guys to get out there and provide it.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
How about the vertical of Gilgeous-Alexander, a guard who can get up and throw it down.
And so it looks like it'll be Philadelphia ball. NBA scoring has been climbing over the past decades, Grant. Is the league too offensive at the moment, do you think?
Well, we know that people like scoring, the fans, players, everyone, but the league needs to make sure that they aren't hamstringing defenders too much. So I think allowing some more physicality incentivizes the defender to defend. Now we have competition on both sides of the ball.
From undrafted to a key rotational player, Lou Dort's story is definitely inspirational, Brent.
This guy has worked so hard to make himself into an NBA player. But I will tell you this, B.A., he's never not believed that he wasn't one. And Luguentz Dort continues to make improvements, and the guys on the team love the way he approaches it.
Wow, I mean, the 7'6" wingspan coming in handy. Holmgren loves swatting away shots just like this.
Here's Grimes.
They are having major struggles from the floor.
Offline with a 3. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Chet Holmgren makes up for his light frame with aggression. He said, quote, "You don't have to take a second look at me now to know that I'm not the biggest dude width-wise, so I have to hit first. Otherwise, the game's not going to go in my favor when things get physical," unquote. Brian, you agree?
I do, and you can tell he just refuses to back down, Allie. Over to the left wing. Launches it.
Great job of closing the space and getting a hand up.
Yeah, as good as you can do without getting a block there to defend.
Second team foul.
All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for the Thunder?
Oklahoma City.
Well, so far they've been immensely aggressive on the defensive side, denying easy shots, and it's made a difference in the game.
Sometimes the offense can be keyed by just quick possession. So you get a steal and you can get out in transition. They seem to be very focused on that end of the floor.
And the jam by George.
And PG just springing to the rim.
And it's Holmgren missing.
Probably not the shot they had in mind, but you can't fault him. He had a clean look.
Gets the three to fall.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Embiid inside. He's got 6. Embiid muscles through the contact.
The control and focus from Embiid, able to absorb hits from the defense and still finish.
Timeout called.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. Hey, Grant, I know you played a part in Embiid's decision to join Team USA.
Yeah, B.A., I spent a lot of time talking to Joel Embiid and convincing him to play for us in the U.S. men's national team.
Let's hear it for your 76ers youth dance team.
Quarter 2 and about 2 minutes in. Williams on the wing. Rebound by Philadelphia. To the inside. Here's Embiid. Crafty move. And it's good on the layup. Embiid's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Second chance effort. Wiggins, no good.
Man, I thought he was making that in so close. That's some aggressive defense.
To the right side. Oh, Embiid with the flush.
Yeah, good things happen when Embiid has the ball in his hands. I mean, this guy can do it all.
Pass to Williams. And the three off target.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
To the middle. Here's Embiid. And then Embiid with the dunk.
At 7 feet tall, Embiid looks to dunk often, especially when he's got good position.
Now that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference, not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Off target with the three. Philadelphia with the ball. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Outside Maxey. Here's Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
You know, one thing about Maxey is that he always is looking for an outlet. And great job to establish position and square up.
And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. And Philadelphia calls time here. Talking about Tyrese Maxey, Grant, here's a guy who's improved every year.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, from averaging 8 as a rookie to 26 points during his breakout 4th year, Maxey has added to his game every offseason and turned himself into an elite scorer.
Substitution on the court.
A minute 6 left to play in the half. Here's Drummond. Looking at his stats, he's putting up about 7.5 per game. Here's McCain. Pass to Drummond. And he banks in the layup. And the 76ers lead by 2.
They're playing great team basketball. It's good movement and sharp, crisp passing.
To the wing, right side. On the wing, Caruso. Right wing. A good look from Holmgren. Drops one in from the wing. Holmgren's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Yeah, it's just too easy for Holmgren. Man, is he fun to watch operate off the catch. They're really working the paint now.
And so it's Holmgren with it. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. Trailing by 2. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Knocks down the long J.
Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
Back to Drummond. Pass to Oubre. Here's McCain. Back to Oubre. And stolen by Williams.
That's the end of the first half.
The first half comes to it.
Your 76ers, 32.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. The three from Holmgren. The rebound by Yabusele. It's George on the wing. Back to Maxey. Pass to George. Down low. And stolen by Holmgren. And up the court come the Thunder on the break. And Williams punches it home.
And the quickness in transition. I mean, I like watching Williams convert in these situations.
And here's Embiid. To the paint. Here's George. And the jam by George.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third. Count it.
This team trusts Maxey to make good decisions with the ball.
Pass to Hartenstein. Torn outside. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Holmgren. Joel Embiid pulls it down.
Yeah, that miss might stick with him for a little while. That's kind of a shoot-around jumper if I've ever seen one.
Here's Grimes. No made baskets yet. 50 move. And then Embiid with the dunk.
Smart pass by Grimes. He wasn't finding his shot, so time to give one away.
Uncovered. And that one's good. Holmgren. Holmgren got 12 points.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
And the second free throw is good. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Outside, Williams. Pass to Dort. Wiggins, left side.
He's out of bounds, bro.
And out of bounds. The 76ers will take it. The Sixers leading. Here's Grimes. Back to Embiid. 5 to shoot. Shoots over Wiggins. Goes back up. They retain possession. And Embiid throws it down.
And that's the hunger that Embiid plays with. He just gobbles up the miss and goes back up for the score.
Outside, Williams. From outside, off the mark.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue. And you can't give up looks like that all game long.
And here is Maxey. A reliable go-to guy for them. He's averaging around 26.5 a game. Dort for 3. The rebound by Yabusele. The Sixers lead by 4. He's established himself as an MVP candidate. But what is the ceiling of SGA in your mind, Fred?
That's how
if he's there now, is that good enough, BA? I mean, this guy has a chance to win an MVP award in the next 6 or 7 years, and is going to be considered that caliber of player for that stretch. That's pretty awesome. He can put up big numbers, which is more impressive.
And the Thunder call time here. And as we head into this break, the players
Watch
have an
out, bro.
opportunity to
You should keep
replenish
shooting
their
threes.
energy with Gatorade as they prepare to go into the final stages of this ball game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, not to mention over the course of a season, you have to stay hydrated. If you don't, it's amazing how much slower your body is to bounce back. It can have a serious effect on performance, no question.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Brian, the Sixers' two stars make a great pairing. Maxey said of Embiid, since I was a rookie, he's had the ultimate faith and believed in me. And Embiid said of Maxey, he's something else. Always smiling with the same energy. Good games, bad games, always the same. People like that set the tone for everybody else. Brian?
That's a good call, Allie. Thank you. And the basket by Joe.
On the finishing end in the catch and shoot, Joe is deadly.
Here's George. And George with the jam.
I'll tell you, he is so tough to keep down once he gets near that rim.
Yeah, he can get up even a few notches higher. Caruso outside. 4-3. Sends it home from three-point land. Caruso's got 9.
Backing up that last three with another 3. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
Back to Maxey. Here's Bona. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. Gets the 3 ball to go. Caruso's got 6 points in the quarter.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Offensive rebound. Bona.
Again.
It counts. And the foul. It goes on Aaron Wiggins.
They've been dominating the boards tonight, yet it's still a close game.
Second team.
Thunder trail by 4. Right side, Joe. Joe on the wing. Wiggins outside. On the wing, Caruso. The 3 is up. He can't get it to go.
Thunder foul. Wallace. That's his second personal foul.
And he can't get the first one.
At the line for your Sixers.
Good on the second one. Here's Caruso. 12 points for him. Pass to Holmgren. Outside Joe. Out to the right wing.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Your Sixers. 51. The Thunder.
3 tense quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the 4th. And Maxey's got the ball here for the 76ers. The lead is 2. Pass to George. Left side, Maxey. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Late clock. The Sixers need to put one up here.
Yeah, smart play there by Maxey. Opening things up for someone with the pick and roll.
Williams from long range.
Williams.
And again, Oklahoma City with a triple.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Down low. Here's Bona. Oh, breaks the dunk off the deceptive pump fake. To the middle. Here's Holmgren.
Chet Holmgren.
Big Chet throwing it down.
And this is why so many are high on Holmgren. His ability to dominate games with his scoring.
Maxey with it. Hartenstein covering. Pass to Maxey. Here's Bona. Back to Maxey. Shoots from 14. The offensive rebound. And the jam by Drummond.
And Drummond can sit on that weak side block or in front of the rim and just be a tough guy to move out from the lane. He'll get those offensive rebounds.
Here's McCain. Dort defending. George outside. Pass to Drummond. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It's on Isaiah Hartenstein.
Well, Drummond uses his body, goes right into the defender to get that shot off. And you're going to have to foul him on that.
Well, Grant, you often hear about how smooth Paul George's game is.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. Young players can learn a lot by watching his footwork. His timing, his ability to find the space he needs, it's just tremendous.
And they're on the run. Here's George. Nails it. He's now 6 for 8 from the floor.
Yeah, Paul George not waiting around, wanting to get out in transition, run the floor, and become a dangerous weapon on the perimeter.
Oklahoma City calls timeout.
And the other team is running all over them right now.
The timeout before the timeout here, maybe just to cut off the momentum and have a chit-chat with the team to settle down.
Swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hi, guys. Well, Mark Dadnault was just reviewing the plan with his team. He applauded their shooting and their shot selection, saying, "We're taking the right threes, not forcing anything. Keep doing that, and they'll continue to fall." Makes the game easy, doesn't it?
And Allie, thanks. Going inside. Rejected by Holmgren. And they'll keep possession.
They managed to get the rebound, but that's an area where they've been struggling tonight.
It's tipped. And the whistle blows on a backcourt violation. But over and back.
Tough one. In a game where every possession is valuable, turnovers can make the difference.
Williams on the wing. Inside. The rebound by Embiid.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
They push it up 4 on 3. Pass to Hartenstein. Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander.
2 minutes.
Outside, Williams.
2 minutes.
With the drive. Oh, he goes big with the dunk. Right over Joel Embiid.
Williams is like a vibe. I mean, this guy gets it. He knows they need points there, and he takes it upon himself to deliver. Yeah, gets the ball on the way down. What a call that could turn out to be.
Oklahoma City trailing. Out left to the wing.
The fuck is he wide open
Holmgren.
for, bro?
Chet Holmgren.
And it's Oklahoma City scoring again.
These moments are important for Holmgren's development. He needs to keep sinking those big-time shots.
Here's George. Banked it in off the glass. George has got 4 points this quarter.
That's why you turn to Paul George. These moments are for PG.
Pass to Wallace. Now Williams. George defending. Gilgeous-Alexander, a good look. Rebound by Philadelphia.
I saw a green light there. He's not going to get away with that kind of lapse all that often here tonight. SGA quickly becoming the guy you want with the ball in his hands down the stretch.
To the inside. And then Embiid with the dunk.
These are the moments Embiid loves. Enjoys being the player for this team to take and make clutch shots.
Williams from long range. Joel Embiid pulls it down. They're just trying to hold on to this lead, Grant.
And right now, you just can't afford to be careless.
Back to George. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Well, at least the D was going for it, but he got to the ball just a moment late.
Outside,
Come
Gilgeous-Alexander.
on, man. You should have went with the dunk with
Pass to
Hartenstein,
Williams.
bro.
Now Gilgeous-Alexander.
Come on, you can't turn the ball
Over the
over,
wing.
bro. Come on, bro. Turn the ball
And
over.
here's Hartenstein. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
That's his second personal foul.
That 2018 draft, you think about those names, Doncic, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Boy, that's a lot to begin with.
Hey, a steady hand at the line in a tough situation. He narrows it to a one-possession game.
And there's the whistle. That'll belong to Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul.
Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
Here's Yabusele. Now Maxey. Let's go with a three. The shot misses.
Excellent use of his physical gifts. Goes up strong and captures the board.
Timeout called. The Thunder. All right, guys, what's your take?
They're in a tough spot. Barely enough time to run the catch and shoot.
Substitution for your 76ers.
Here's Holmgren. Oh, and he can't make the
Good shot, bro. Good shot, bro.
Force overtime. So it's the 76ers taking the W in a close one. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous finish. They waited until the very last moment to seal it.
And so many times we see these close games won by the home team.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Looking at Boston, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Knicks in New York. And that was a real body blow for them. They got taken apart both offensively and defensively.
And guys, if you don't control second chance opportunities, you don't control your fate. That has to be their key takeaway from that one.
Well, maybe they went into that game thinking rebounding not something they needed to focus on. They absolutely did.
Looking ahead, Brent, how excited are you for the playoffs?
Well, just fired up for the level of competition that steps up tenfold, Kevin. And you know this. We've seen so many great performances come playoff time. Teams are fired up, young guys who are going to get this experience for the first time. But it's the stars that shine in the playoffs, and we are that close.
That free throw, no good.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
Dort with the ball, now guarded by Tatum. And it's good for 2.
This is an area where Lou Dort is trying to become more effective as a playmaker.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. I was able to talk with Mark Dagnall for a minute. Now, of course, I asked Coach what his plan was about defending Jason Tatum, and he said, I told our guys just to play smart, to play up on him, but not get baited into fouls, and try to get a hand in his face. Now, that's a difficult challenge for any defense, so we'll see what happens tonight. Guys?
Thank you, David. Here's Hartenstein, and he converts the layup.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Outside, Porzingis. Horford has a wide open look. Over to the left wing. Off target with his 3. And it's Oklahoma City's ball. It's a 3-point game.
And that's really quick processing by Dort, putting him in prime position, making him the go-to option on the break.
Pass to Porzingis. And the rejection by Holmgren. Greg, they're in a rhythm offensively, really cooking.
And the opposition looks helpless to stop them right now. And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
Now, here's Holmgren. Following the miss by Porzingis. Williams with a clean look.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
Here we are sizing up GA. Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
The Thunder leading by 5. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
Come on, SGA. Putting some sauce on it.
Outside, Porzingis. The kick out to Tatum.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Down low.
2 minutes.
And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah, that's tough for the defense. Porzingis inside. I don't know who defensively is going to get to him.
Back to Dort. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. No good on the triple. Celtics trailed by 5. To the paint. Here's Tatum. Banked in off the glass.
And there's the frame being put to use by Tatum. He knows he's dangerous down low.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. Coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
Yeah, a snowball effect in that one. One thing would go wrong, and then another. Really the story of the game.
Yeah, it felt like just the entire roster was stuck in neutral. There was nobody offensively that could anything going.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Here's Joe. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Here's Wallace. Another shot. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's
turn them sliders up. Turn them sliders up, bro.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
At the line for two.
Guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Thunder?
I like how they've worked the ball inside, getting looks closer in there, and that really helps your offense.
Jaylen Brown.
Let's make sure that that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
In recent years, Brent, we've seen Oklahoma City turn into a contender simply by developing their own young talent.
Yeah, blocks on sticks, on bricks, on blocks, and that's what they've done. They have not signed a free agent, a big-name guy. They built from within. They built an incredible roster by drafting well and fostering the growth of these young players, along with a coach who has given them a lot of belief. It's been pretty magical in OKC.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Inside. And stolen by Wiggins. They break it out 5-on-3. And Williams with the stuff.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two. The Celtics shooting their first free throws of the game.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
He hits the second from the line. The Thunder with the lead. And here is Caruso. 8 points his last outing. Out to Wallace. Picked his pocket. And here comes one. Leading the fast break. Brown. Good. Brown's got his third bucket of the night.
So far, both teams scorching the nets. You gotta love it.
Yeah, made for TV game here. Pace is great.
It's a tie game in Oklahoma City. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this.
Round of applause for your Thunder Houston.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. What do you guys think about the Thunder here in this one?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
Now White still without a basket. And two free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Greg, we know about the Euro step, but is the G-cell the next move that's getting more notice?
I think it is, Kevin, and you can see players have quickly incorporated that into their arsenal. It's been fun to watch, man, and I tell you, it creates some uncomfortable situations.
Second free throw, no good. Well, Brent, we had to wait a year for it, but Chet Holmgren had an incredible rookie season.
And I don't think any talent evaluator is surprised at the way that Chet came in his first year and was able to contribute and sometimes dominate in the ways that he did. So coming back healthy, making that immediate impact, Chet Holmgren is going to be a superstar in this league.
And now let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Thunder are young, but they figured out how to win. Defensive ace Lou Dort talked about their chemistry. He said nobody cries about shot selection or anything like that. We know what each player can do. We just really want to see the team win and succeed. Kevin, you see that in their play.
Don't you, David? Every single game. Pulling in the right direction. Williams comes with the double team. To the right side. To the inside. Keita.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. That one goes in.
And great job from Holmgren. I like when he shows confidence attacking inside.
Pass to Tillman. And the rebound goes to the Thunder.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Maybe they can find a way to establish some rhythm in the next few possessions with the extra pass.
Double team on Holiday. To the middle. Here's Cada. Second chance shot. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
That's going to be a big morale booster.
And you know what? It could come down to those second chance buckets when it's all said and done today.
Well, especially in a close game, every possession matters.
You see the quarter where it is from Holmgren. Nice job spotting the open man.
Here's Pritchard. Still yet to score.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Well, he makes the basics look pretty exceptional. Time called here, and the Thunder decide to talk it over. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Celtics team.
It's not often we get to see this matchup, but it is a doozy when we do. Just two powerhouse teams facing off.
Well, if I had a calendar, I would have circled this one. But I love it when they get together. Last year, they split the two games between them, and I'll bet their battles are just as tightly contested this year.
So both teams making some changes here. And Caruso's got the ball here for the Thunder. On the wing, Wallace. The three. And Boston with the rebound.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
Yeah, as good as you can do without getting a block there to defend.
And slam dunk by Tatum.
And the defense hates to see it. Tatum putting on a little bit of a show with that jam.
Got a piece of it. Holiday with it. Williams picks him up. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Wallace attacking. The kick out to Williams. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. And finish off by Brown.
And Brown doesn't get enough credit as one of the best two-way players in our league.
And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
Williams for three. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1. Here's Tatum. Tatum cleared for takeoff. And landed.
Burning it, boy. I'm burning.
Play happens because of the solid pass from Holiday.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Giving up a run here. Can they turn it around?
Hard to say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches run through 2 or 3 iterations of defense. Is there a fourth? I'm not sure.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. The kick out to Williams.
Shoot the three.
Stop the run. And it's White with the rebound.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Frustration seems to be mounting here, and you can see not just in their
Come
faces,
on, bro.
but right now in their
Get a body that shit like Braun, bro.
shot selection.
Bro, that shit out of here. Bring that shit to Boston. Bring that shit to Boston, boy.
Some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
And they've set the tone from the jump. They're looking to pound it inside and score in the paint.
I wonder if pace and playing fast is something that they're being encouraged to do, because right now they feel like the faster team.
Down low. Here's Porzingis. The shot's good. Brown making the play. 6 points for Porzingis.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Thunder trailing by 8. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Good on the triple. Wiggins has got his second bucket of the night.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Wallace's shot is good.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Porzingis high post. Outside Tatum. Trying to find Porzingis. Gets it to him. And he gets the bucket. Porzingis has got 8 points.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
Nice to play with a point guard who takes pride in playmaking.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Celtics lead by 3. And for 2K Sports, we'll be back here at Paycom Center right after this. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Here's Walsh. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Wiggins with it, and it's Horford picking him up. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. And Wiggins throws it down.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Pass to Craig. Three-pointer. Knocks down the 3 ball.
3 points.
You're running out of timeouts, bro. You're running out of timeouts.
Of the game, and he's on the board for 3. To the paint. Here's Williams. And it's slammed in by Williams.
What a jam by Williams, just springing off the floor and throwing it down.
Brent, it seems like throughout his career, Gilgeous-Alexander has an answer to whatever the defense might throw at him.
Well, the defenses don't have answers to stop him, Kevin. I know that. This guy is so quick with the basketball. He's so good at adapting on the fly with the ball, getting around the initial defender to make plays. Superstars have that quality. SGA has it in spades.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Pass to Horford. Here's Pritchard. Back to Horford. Well timed.
You out of timeouts, bro. You better be ready. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide.
And he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
You're out of timeouts, and nobody can save you.
Horford's added a jumper, but at home
you
on the
can
inside.
run away.
Time called here, the Thunder.
But you gonna take this L today.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, Lou Dort makes his bones at the defensive end. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I always try to test myself against him in practice because he's the best of the best. And Coach Mark Daigneault said, I look at him more like he's an artist. We can shift him anywhere. There's no one he can't guard. Kevin?
David, he is a beast. Wow, thank you for the report. To the inside. Here's Porzingis. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. It's stolen by White. Here's Brown. And Brown throws it down.
This is why Brown is one of the very best in our game. He's so good at getting into the flow.
Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Wiggins right side. Takes a three. Porzingis with the rebound.
Not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Tatum looking around. Got a piece of it. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Dort with the ball. And Holiday picks him up defensively.
And I like how unselfish Dort was on that play, freely giving it away rather than trying to chase down something for himself.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Outside Holiday. Back to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Here's Holmgren. Pass to Williams. Dort wide open. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Dort got 5 now.
Well, if you're looking for a 3-and-D player, Dort plays D, and there's your 3. He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. They lead by 1. Left side, Porzingis. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Pass to Wiggins. And Tatum pulls it down.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Inside. Wiggins with the block. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game. Williams. Jaylen Brown with the rebound. White inside. And White slams it in.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, and the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
And as we finish the third quarter.
47. The Celtics, 49.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Pass to Williams. Over in the corner, Caruso. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. The Celtics with the lead. Now here's Porzingis, defended by Caruso. White, good.
7'3" is Porzingis, and he can see everywhere on the court. Trust me, everywhere. Nice zip pass there.
Pass to Caruso. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Count it, good.
That's an excellent play call to free him up from the defense.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
Kept alive. Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Porzingis has shown us signs of a little bit of everything here. Scoring, skill, dominating offensively.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
And the dunk by Tatum.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Well, he makes the basics look pretty exceptional. Caruso, no good. Boston leading by 4. 16 feet away.
his touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown.
First team foul.
That's his first foul.
Substitution.
And some changes here for the Celtics. On the wing, Williams. Misses the three. Pass to Horford. Lays it up and banks it in.
Assist goes to
And the Celtics lead by 6.
There's a reason why Al Horford's in this league for as long as he has been. It's because he likes to battle inside like that.
It's been a nice stretch for them offensively.
I mean, the communication's great. The movement's been really good. This is solid team basketball.
And here are the Thunder now. And the slam by Williams.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
Pass to Horford. And the dunk by Horford.
And Horford off the pick expects the pass. That's difficult to guard.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it and make the adjustment.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Mark Daigneault talking to his team during the break. He loves what they're doing in the paint. He said, if they're not stopping us, keep doing it. Keep going after it down low. They'll keep pounding it inside, guys.
Thank you, David. Pass to Walsh. Nice defense from Walsh. Under trailing by 4. Here's Joe. Here's Caruso. And the shot is long.
And here we go, guys. This possession could make or break them right here.
.153 left in the fourth quarter of this one. He gets that one. Walsh has got his first points of the game.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. Going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
Unflappable. I mean, no moment is too big for Holmgren. They needed that basket.
And the dunk by Hartenstein.
And we could have been looking at a two-possession game, but that was a huge mistake on the turnover. Now, nerves becoming a factor.
Right wing. Craig with it. Shot clock at 5. The Celtics need to get a shot off. The shot will not fall. Good D by Holmgren. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist. That shot eliciting a roar from this gigantic crowd.
Guys, more than a roar, more like an explosion. Remember that one, guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
And the dunk by Hartenstein.
Really good work on the interior. That is a critical 2 points there. That was an ideal scenario, really, on point-blank range and also a size advantage. Ooh, the one-hand tomahawk, guys. Somebody's going to get their feelings hurt.
Yeah, they got the entire bench up right there as they saw that and out of their chairs. Joe. Pass to Holmgren. He's looking for Horford and finds him. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Walsh can't get it to go.
Points are an absolute must here.
Can't come away empty. That would be the nail in the coffin.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. It's tied at 65. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Time to get up from your seats and make the noise for teacher time.
Substitution on the field.
Now here's Tatum. Out to the right wing. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Here's Tatum. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime.
We are heading to overtime.
Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one. And the Thunder with the possession here. Outside, Dort. Pass to Hartenstein. The kick out to Williams to take the lead. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
Man, I'll tell you what, the pressure is cranked up. Who better to call than this guy?
Williams with the steal. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Holiday. To the inside. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander. Oklahoma City leading by 3. To the middle. And Dort gets it to go. That's 7 points for Lou Dort.
Lugans, Dort, give it to him.
Chalk up 2 there.
Porzingis making it count. Wants to come through big time and does here.
Hartenstein. Holmgren wide open. Again, Oklahoma City.
Such a hungry player. Holmgren likes being the guy in that situation.
And here is Tatum. To the paint. Here's Brown. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
So many big moments for Brown in his career. No sweat there.
Pass to Hartenstein. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren in the corner. Just 4 to shoot. Williams for 3. And Tatum pulls it down. Down low. And the dunk by Porzingis.
That's a huge confidence boost right there for Kristaps Porzingis. He's proving he's got what it takes in those moments.
It's Dort on the wing. Holmgren in the post. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And so he hits the technical free throw.
Yeah, not the guy that you want to put at the line in these moments. He's not missing these.
Hartenstein. It's in!
Now, say what you will about the value of the three-pointer, but those close-in looks are always plan A. Every trip down, get to the paint, get deep, score.
Tough to even slow down playmakers like Brown.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And the second of 2 is good. That narrows the lead down to just 3.
He gets them to within 1 possession, but that miss puts a lot of pressure on their defense.
Stolen by Holiday.
And overtime has come down to this. They need at least 2 points, or you can kiss this baby goodnight.
Pass to Porzingis. 6-second difference between the shot and game. It counts! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
And with that unique combination of size and skill, Porzingis is a dependable late-game scoring option. And you talk about coming through at the most crucial moment. What a job to tie this thing up.
Right between the eyes!
Nice play. They're now in control. Just have to play smart, solid defense here. No quick buckets and no easy threes. Yeah,
Nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. And they commit an intentional foul. See another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
Second team foul. Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2. Second one is good. Bring both at the line. It's a 3-point game.
Huge free throws. Bumps the lead up to 3, and now they simply...
Let me get that win. Fuck this nigga. Nigga should have stopped pausing, nigga. I get the W now, nigga. Stupid nigga. Alright, that's it for today.